217 Recovery Podcast. There's your intro, Mary. I'm Corey Winfield. With me is Mary, and also with me, Derrick from Harm Reduction. You guys, I appreciate you letting me invade your space to talk about the stuff that you guys have going on and the stuff that you do, Harm Reduction in Michigan. Derrick, you can correct me on that, man. You can call me out. You can just be
I'll
like...
start off slowly today.
All right, start off slowly. So we were just talking about... Mary was talking about soft and hard ice cream, and yeah, she doesn't like it when it's soft. She likes the hard stuff, the hard ice cream.
Yeah.
What did you say? Creamy and mucus? What?
Yeah. What do you?
Ice cream is gross because it's like milky mucus.
Mm.
So not really a big fan of it. Sugary, milky mucus, especially when it melts like that.
We're off to a wonderful start already.
But if it's very hard and like fresh from the freezer, I understand.
Oh, yeah. So we're in Petoskey today, Harm Reduction, Michigan. You guys have a nice office in Traverse City, I hear.
One of them is nice. The other one is the one is for entertaining rehabs and people that don't want to see the other side of us. So we bring them in and blood test them at our nicer location. But most people come to our drop-in, which is a donated space that we use as a needle exchange and also a phlebotomy station.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. You said needle exchange. Someone listening for the first time, maybe they're not hip to the game, because that's actually, let me rewind that, because we got into ice cream talk because we were talking about addictions, and everybody's recovering from something, just people don't realize that yet. And I started going into how I'm addicted to ice cream right now. But anyway, we don't judge people. I don't care if they're addicted to eating or if they're addicted to gambling. They're addicted to heroin, meth, crack, cocaine, alcohol. I look at it, we're all the same. We're all struggling with addiction. And the bottom line, that is for me anyway. And of course, I'm no doctor, I'm no therapist, nothing like that.
No, you're just a human being.
Just a human. Just trying to live, trying to make it another 24 without drinking. That's all I'm trying to do. And if I can help somebody along the way, more power to me and more power to you guys, because you guys do the same thing. But with that said, back to what you just said, there's a needle exchange. And at first, when someone might hear this, they go, what? You're exchanging needles for something? But actually explain it to somebody who doesn't get it.
Just to say it lightly, needle exchanges are all the rage right now if you want to stop the spread of disease.
Yeah, spread of disease. Mm-hmm. Don't listen, don't hear, oh, the rage, that's the rage right now. They're promoting it, because what you're doing is you're trying to stop.
And they're going to get needles. I mean, you can get them at the pharmacy. You can use the same one over and over until your arm has an abscess on it. They're going to keep using. Yeah,
and chances are they know somebody else who uses too.
Yeah.
And
let's use that guy's needle because he just got it yesterday.
I know where it's at. God, he's over there passed out.
Now I do, and I'm passing it on to my girlfriend. And then it spreads throughout a whole community. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to prevent that. Yeah. Honestly, the needle exchange part is probably like the least important thing that we do. That's just a draw to get people in here. Mm-hmm. But blood testing and the naloxone, that's the big thing.
And linkage to care for people that have positive diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. And that's on... Is that both locations, Traverse City and here in Petoskey on Tuesdays? Is that the MAT? Is that one? Am I confused, Mary?
The medicated assisted treatment.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor is here on Tuesdays. We share office space with him. Lucky enough to
He gives us the space.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so people can come and get help and get treatment.
Yeah, you'd have to make an appointment, I'm sure.
You just walk off
and
the street.
Dr. Floyd is his name, I believe. He's here on Tuesdays for Petoskey area people. I'm not sure about TC. I'm sure TC has a lot of doctors there too. But that's just one route of recovery. Not everybody can do it alone. Some people need a little extra boost. Or just stabilize their life. When you're using, your life is so chaotic. You wake up, you're sick. That's all you know. And to take that away from people and not have to have that worry about where am I going to get my next fix? Like, how am I going to work? Because I need to focus on getting a fix. Instead, you can focus on just being well and taking care of the other areas of your life.
And like Derek said, like we had a great like show before we started recording. Like we really did. We were talking about really good stuff. That always happens. But you said that if I can keep the guy from breaking into somebody's house to get, his fixed, if we can do that to where he can send him out in the community where he can function, and people are on Suboxone all the time, that is better than, yes, him breaking into somebody's house to get his fix. He's doing more crime. He could get shot, like robbing people, isn't good. So harm reduction, I like that. And harm reduction, Michigan, we believe in any positive change.
Exactly. Harm reduction is a school of thought, and the needle exchanges and the blood testing are all parts of it. Homeless shelters that allow people to drink at them or have amnesty bags where they can check their contraband in and not bring it in, but still have access to it when they leave the premises. That's a harm reduction concept. But our big thing is bringing people in and testing them, and if they're still going to be using needles and they find out that they're positive for hepatitis C, have a positive RNA load, which means they're contagious, then we're going to offer them the services of syringe access, which means we want to get rid of your dirty needles for you. We will take them to the incinerator. And we want to make sure that you use a fresh needle every time you shoot up. And so you never have to share a needle with somebody else ever again.
And if somebody's thinking, oh, this is just a ploy, when I get in there, I'm going to be arrested. They're going to have the cops waiting around the corner. You ever get that kind of response?
Well, our location in Traverse City, the original drop-in is in the side door of the Elite Dry Cleaning building on Front Street, which has all the local police's dry cleaning contracts. So all day long, we have police cars driving in a circle around us. And, for a while, back when I was volunteering there 5 years ago, it wasn't stressful for me because I was in recovery and I didn't have anything to worry about. But, people would come in and you could see that they were scared. And that's one of the reasons why secondary systems, peer-to-peer systems, like secondary needle exchanges are so important. Because people don't want to go to that spot where they know they can get it because they don't want to be seen. Mm-hmm. And so you've got people that take it upon themselves to ride their bicycles around town and deliver and pick up. And that's how you really get to everybody. Because you just get the tip of the iceberg if you just open up an office somewhere. And that seems like a popular way to go these days, but we know you really have to have people in the community, active users and not, to maximize the benefits of needle exchange.
And let's talk about your blood draw. You're having one here in Petoskey.
Yes, May 9th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And our address is 1053 US 31. It's right off of Turbush. You just turn right off of there and go park in the back. And it's free hepatitis and HIV testing.
And we're paying you.
It's a $10 incentive.
Woo! Yeah. So we can go get some ice cream.
Half a pack of cigarettes.
I'll say ice cream. So I get $10 if I just come in here and get tested?
Come in and get tested.
Well, not exactly.
No, not exactly.
You get $5 for coming in and getting tested. And you get $5 for getting your results. Ooh. Because we're not looking for your results. We want you to have the results so you can't say you didn't know anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's no longer an excuse while you're practicing unhealthy behaviors relative to your other unhealthy behaviors.
Because Mary's confused.
How are they going to get the $5 afterwards?
They come back.
Oh, okay.
When they yes. Mary does. This will only be what our second.
Last time we did it, we just gave them 10.
Well, at first we were giving people 20, and then we realized that we couldn't afford it. It was up front. We were never seeing them again. And we had a bunch of drunk people out in the park across the street from us, so we just stopped that. Sometimes we'll give out like a $5 Myers card, but so now we're giving people $5 to do it, and we're giving people $5 to come back and get the results.
Can I bring my kids?
Yeah, there was kids here last time.
I mean, as I laugh, but maybe that is. I'm just, maybe some people do need their kids, and
I mean, HIV can pass through
Speaking of kids, if you need condoms, we have thousands of them. Just come on by and we'll get them to you.
Aren't those for bananas?
Whatever you do with them is none of my business.
We need some condoms here.
Oh, you should have told me. I could have brought you like
that's what I should
2,000 of
ask
them.
you.
I think I know what those things are. Those are crazy. So I'll be here on the 9th, apparently.
How many kids do you have?
None.
Oh,
That I know of. No, I don't have any kids, I don't think. But, yeah, so if someone comes in, and this is something that I was talking about, and you said that you heard it, and I don't know how that made you feel, but in my thinking, which could be completely, absolutely wrong, but it's my thinking, so that's how I was thinking about it. But I think that people don't want to get tested because they don't want to know, and Mary brought up the point too. Well, that's way down on the list of things to do today for someone who's in active addiction, because first you need your fix, then you need to go use it, and then you get sick again, and it's just a cycle.
I mean, even taking care of your basic needs like showering and eating is secondary to that,
Like, I'm going to go get tested.
Priorities. Yeah. I'm going to get in my car, drive all the way there. Oh, but $10, that could get me my next fix. So that's another reason that people might come in, and that's why we, another reason why we could do it.
And you guys also, it's not just like, hey, come here and, we're going to make it easy for you to use drugs, because that's not what you're about. It's about harm reduction.
It's about safety, not ease.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't really make it any easier for them.
Right.
Except make it cleaner,
Right. But it's you take away a lot of the harm, and people don't realize that. I'm sure some people do. I'm sure you have plenty of people that come in, and...
Well, if you get somebody coming into the needle exchange enough, we're going to get your blood one of these days. It might not be the first, second, or third time, but we're going to get it.
And
there is a vampire aspect to what we do.
And if someone does come in for any service, do they need ID?
Never.
No? So it's not like you're tracking them down?
We'll never run your insurance number. We'll never ask you for your social security card. We don't want that information, and because we want people to come in.
Yeah, and be a trust-based
relationship. Someone could come in to, let's just say, your Traverse City office, and be like, hey, I'm Michael Moore, and you'd be like, I don't even care, man. I don't care what your name is.
So we issue them a little card that enables them to carry syringes and other things, and has a little number on there, and that's the only ID you need.
So somebody... And
that just has the ordinances that were passed in Emmett and Grand Traverse County that allow people to carry needles now.
Oh.
It was banned because of a paraphernalia ordinance, so only people with diabetes could walk around with needles, and it's just safer if people are allowed to. But only in those two counties.
Wow.
Yeah, so don't go to Kalkaska with your needles, or you'll be... don't tell the police. I'll just leave it at that.
Jeez. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. See?
Our director is quite the activist, and
she
awesome. Spearheaded those movements to get those things changed here and there.
She's an excellent speaker as far as presentations go.
She'll be presenting at UFAM.
Nice.
Yep. So you might get a chance to see her.
Pam Lynch.
Pam Lynch? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me?
That's her.
With blonde hair?
Blonde hair, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I dated Pam for like...
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I got lucky with the blonde hair. Sorry, Pam. No, is she hot though? No. Oh, Pam. No, but yeah.
Don't tell her I said this, but she's gorgeous.
Oh, Pam. I did date her then. That is the one. Yeah, it's the one and only Pam I've ever dated. Yeah.
Well, she started... she started needle exchanges everywhere around the country, going all the way back into the 90s. She really is a pioneer in the whole harm reduction movement. We're super lucky that just because she's from Traverse City is the reason, and she's raising her kids there, is the only reason why she's here and not in some major metropolitan area.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's impacted so many lives, including both of ours, And that's all it takes is someone to understand really what you're going through. And it can start with syringe access, and then conversations, and then, avenue to where you can get help.
The recovery community is filled with people that are just awesome people. We were talking about a woman earlier, and she's a go-getter, and that's kind of what Pam sounds like. I've never met her, but I can't wait to. But just those people that you sit back and you watch them, and you're just like in awe. You're just like, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, she didn't even care that dude just tried to make fun of us for, being in recovery, and she just went right after him and spit the facts, and he looks really dumb now, and that was awesome.
That's the best way to deal with ignorant people, is to spit the facts at them, especially because there is such a horrible social stigma with drug addiction, and people don't realize, until a family member is impacted by it, they don't really realize what it's all about. And that's frustrating. It can be really frustrating when you hear ignorant statements, or like the Traverse City thing.
Are you talking about the last?
Last vote. Let's talk about that a little.
Sure. We work with the health department with a grant for syringe access in Traverse City, and recently, and it's a harm reduction. That's the title of the grant.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, and you'd assume all things harm reduction related. Well, one of the county commissioners decided that syringe access shouldn't be part of that, and so they didn't renew it.
Ignoring all the other things that we do.
Ugh.
But there's a couple of abstentions, and hopefully we'll get someone to come back and re-vote for this. But it's just so frustrating. The guy is saying that he's getting his advice from, I could look up the name, and I'm not going to name drop, but it's a retired sheriff who's giving this guy dogmatic advice.
He probably has the old school mentality of, let them deal with it themselves. Or
there's a great picture of the guy in one of the Record Eagle articles. Was that last Friday, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they blew right up on the guy's face, who was, like, you even see the zit on his nose and everything. It's like, it's not flattering at all. It's this guy.
But that's the problem, is people do focus on the syringe access instead of our other things that we do. And I don't know if I said this, that people will get needles no matter what. They'll, like I said, they'll use the old ones that they've had for years or for months, and end up giving themselves an abscess, or share it with their friends.
That's another thing. You've got wound care situations where people are walking around with their abscesses and these oozing wounds, and they're too ashamed to go to the doctor again. And so if we had someone to run some triage, an RN or something, and I think we have someone in the works to start providing that kind of a service in addition to the other services, then we're really fulfilling more of the whole idea of harm reduction. And we're almost there, but
what? Because I've been to the hospital many times, embarrassing amount of times, for
detoxing.
Yeah, for just being drunk and
terrible.
My liver and kidneys shut down 4 years ago, and so the doctor's like, you can never drink again. You drink one more time, it could just shut down for good, and whatever. But how come, and maybe it's talked about, maybe it hasn't been, I don't know, but why isn't there an emergency room for addicts, I guess? Or not just addicts,
There's
but
detox clinics.
Yeah, but can you just go there and hey, I'm sick, help me, like you would when I get dropped off at the ER.
No, I think, there's Bear River up here. Bear River.
Well, are you talking about a trap house?
No, man. I don't think
so. I think you have to make an appointment or, call ahead, but they do accept people if they've got a bed open.
Like if I see my buddy, or if my buddy's
Especially and alcohol, you can go right to the emergency room because it's so dangerous to your health. Opiate addiction, you can, or detox, you can do at home, and you can do it with medical assistance, but it's not as dangerous as alcohol. Or alcohol, you can actually die from.
But most of the time, too, in my opinion, again, I'm not a doctor, not a therapist. There's underlying issues behind it, with the mental illness or
with all addiction, there is.
So. Just going to a detox, just to detox. I mean, it's still not, in my opinion, dealing with the problem. And that's where, because I noticed that Pine River in Grand Rapids, or Pine Rest, not Pine River, Pine Rest is now, opening their doors to where, hey, if you are depressed or something, you don't have to go to the hospital first. You can go right there. And you don't have to stay 5 to 7 days. You can come in, see somebody, and get sent home. Kind of like a...
third level crisis?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, in Traverse City, there was that where you would call and they would screen you, and then you could come in for like a second interview. And if you had to look into going in to, it used to be called Center One at Munson. I think they changed the name of their ward in there, but there was a lot of. There's options to go and do stuff like that. But if you're talking about like a mental health emergency situation, I know the NMRE and NIMSAS was promoting it. We're doing trainings for basic mental health first aid, and there was, there's a lot of I went to one. It was about how to calm people down if they are having like a
panic attack.
Well, more so like a disassociative event where they don't even know what's what, and just how to get them to ground themselves and come back. And I guess that could be used on somebody that's experiencing some sort of meth-induced psychosis or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what the question is, but there's a bunch of different answers depending on what the situation is that you're talking about.
I just don't want. I just wish there was someplace that people could go without having that feeling of, oh, I don't want to go there again. They hate me. All the nurses hate me. Well, the nurses ended up loving me.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Because they walk by, what's up, Corey? Back again, huh? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, yes, I'm back again. You're my nurse tonight? No, I just saw you were in here, so I figured I'd say what's up, And
withdrawing from opiates, though, I feel like is planned more. You use your last bit, and then you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be sick. And, you call detox ahead of time, kind of planned it out.
You've got mail.
Where alcohol withdrawal is just like, it's happening now.
I got a podcast I'm supposed
going
to do.
Crazy. I can't see, I can't think clearly. Do you see stuff?
The last time I drank, almost the last time I drank. I saw the Brady Bunch in my house. And I was sitting there on my couch, and I was like, why in the hell are the Brady Bunch in my house? And then I remember thinking, they always ask me if I see stuff and hear stuff, and I'm like, how would I know? If I'm seeing something, wouldn't I think it's real, But I knew it wasn't real, but I was just like, whoa, that's kind of trippy, and I don't remember much after that. Next thing I know, I'm off to jail.
Were they just like standing in the corner waving at you, or
no? They were doing stuff, walking around, and
catch up the football.
No, they were
hit Martian the nose.
Yeah, no. People are like, "What's the Birdie Bunch?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, like Google that. Mm-hmm. But so the 9th, that's the event that you're focused on.
It's a Thursday.
It's Thursday, so come
evening.
by 5 to 8.
We do this Monday through Friday in Traverse City, though, from 11 to 2 p.m. at 2 different locations.
So
every day.
It's
there's
5 days a week.
They've got a phlebotomist on hand, where here we have to ship one in from TC.
Oh, well, I'm sure the people here appreciate it, though.
And we're gonna try to start doing it possibly monthly over the summer. Right now, it's just been quarterly. So like I said, the weather up here is hellish, so it's hard to get here sometimes. So but we're gonna try to do it more often. Seeing what the turnout is like on 9th.
We usually bring a nice cold cut plate as well.
Oh,
yes, there's food.
We set it up away from the blood
coffee.
in the lobby area.
Almost a pack of cigarettes. Yeah. Nice.
Get some snacks and some money. It's good.
It's
good night.
And harmreductionmi.org is your website.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the events that you guys have coming up, we will post on our website too, 217recovery.com. People can check that out.
There's also a Facebook group.
We also give out fentanyl test strips.
Oh.
I don't know if you get too many of these around up here.
Never heard of them.
Well, there's so much fentanyl in the drugs today, and especially in the drugs that aren't even supposed to be opiates.
Right.
I mean, I'm hearing about all of these Xanax bars coming in through the dark web, and when you're hearing all this chatter about how good that particular benzo is, you start thinking like there might be something to it.
Yeah,
it turns out that there's fentanyl in a lot of it.
Which, if you have friends who have used or knowledge of the opiate community, then you know that several of them have died because fentanyl is in their heroin.
Mm.
So we give them out for free, but they're $1 a piece. It's a good price just so they can get as many out there as possible. They were originally used so people could drug test their kids or drug test anybody through the urine. But it turns out that you can follow these instructions which you guys can't see, but trust me, I've got some instructions on how to put water in your drug cooker and then drop this in there and find out if you have a potentially lethal dose in there.
Wow, and that's a buck?
Well,
You give them for free?
We give everything away for free.
Oh, okay, I'm saying it costs...
Yeah, we give money away. That's our job.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's helpful. That's... Yeah, and they can get those here too, 5 to 8 Monday.
Yep, and
Thursday.
the naloxone.
Okay.
Do you have enough naloxone here?
Yes.
Would you like
We've
to
got
take some
both of
with
them.
you today?
We have the nasal spray ones too, which,
And, I mean, I don't use, but you never know.
They're like fire extinguishers.
Exactly, and everybody should really have them. They're like fire extinguishers. Because you never know when you're going to come across somebody. I was just at the bar the other night, and this guy was in the corner, not looking good, barely breathing, nodding out, and so I went over and handed his girlfriend one and was like, here's our card. He's obviously not okay right now. Please take him home and watch him and give this him if he stops breathing.
We do a lot of trainings. Last Tuesday of every month at the library in Traverse City, we do an hour and a half overdose naloxone training. It's really nice with PowerPoint presentation and everything. I think we're going to do our first one at the Wexford Cadillac Library coming up, I think in a week or two. I'd have to look at our calendar. But so we're always trying to go out and educate people on naloxone. Because that was like our original thing. We've been doing the naloxone thing since '97.
One of the guys on our show, Matt, said that we needed to come up with a mascot. And he pitched this whole idea where he was going to call himself the N-Man. And not the N, like, bad N-word. I'm like...
The naloxone man?
Yeah.
Oh, the naloxone man.
But he was like, we'll call it N-Man. I'm like, okay, we're off to a bad start. He's
Yeah,
like, no, it'll
everybody's
draw
brain is
attention.
like-
I'm like,
There is a naloxone ninja out there.
Whoa. Well,
I could have brought you a sticker if I would have known ahead of time.
maybe the ninja would be even better. But this is his plan, okay? He wants to get into costume and go through the streets of Grand Rapids, and he wants to hit all the people sleeping, like the homeless people with naltrexone.
Naltrexone?
Or this. I can't ever say it right.
Naltrexone's a 30-day shot.
Okay, yeah. That too, probably.
Is it?
And then it comes in a little pill form.
Vivitrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. But, yeah, so...
Save lives, though.
What's this?
That's naloxone.
Naloxone. Yeah.
It's
That's the
instant
intermuscular
release.
version of Narcan.
So do you think...
Narcan's a nasal spray.
Would that be illegal if he did that?
It depends on the county, right? Or
Is Kent County?
Kent's
great,
totally
man.
legal. They
Yeah,
have,
so he could, like-
they have the Red Project down
I used
there.
to live down in Grand Rapids, so,
So I could, yeah, he could just hit,
they
what's
have
that, Division?
it's called Needleworks there on Cherry Street.
Is that run by
Yeah.
Red Project?
Possibly.
So he could walk through Grand Rapids and just hit all the
Yeah, it's right
homeless
down
people
Division.
sleeping.
I mean, I have a
Division
cape at
Cherry.
home.
And yeah, there's a couple homeless people around there sleeping.
A
You can
few.
just pass them out, but they have it there on
No, he wants
Tuesdays and
to. He wants to
Thursdays.
inject them with it.
Oh, like actually
Yes.
shoot them. Yeah, I don't think that'd be allowed.
He's like, just to make sure.
Like, just wake up, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, he said his quote was, "I ain't afraid of jail, dog. I've been there before." I'm like, okay.
I think it's good to hand them out, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we know that a lot of homeless people do use drugs.
Is that something you guys ever do or would do? Like if somebody was like, hey, my church group and I, or not even my church group, just, hey, my homeboys here in recovery, we want to go pass out some. Would you guys go, yeah, we'll go with you?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Or parents, parents should have them on hand if they know their kids are using, and
Even no, and see, sometimes they might not know even.
even if
so
they don't know, yeah.
You don't know who your kids are hanging around these days.
Exactly.
Everyone getting out of jail or getting out of rehab should be given a naloxone kit.
Right
under
as
that.
they leave.
Some states are starting to make you do that. You can't leave jail without getting a naloxone kit.
Yeah, it's
not
kind of
ours.
stuff they don't
but
do it.
There's, you hear about these things all over the country because we're one big network of harm reduction, and sometimes we all come together and share like what's working in our area, and we learn from other people's experiments and stuff. And together, we're all trying to change laws to make it more friendly for people that are struggling out there. I mean, the drug using population is the disenfranchised population in this country, and we want everybody to get better.
I'm just going to give you one of these.
Oh,
This is a Save a Life button. I don't know the 2018 stats. I'm sure they've come out, but In 2017, 72,000 Americans died from opiate overdose. That's just crazy unheard of. It keeps skyrocketing and increasing. And these services can prevent and save a life. And I think that's the focus that people need to zone in on, rather than syringe access and, freaking out about that stigma.
Right. Was it you guys or... I don't know. I heard, though, it was on the radio, I think, maybe. I don't know. It said more people die from drug overdoses than they do in car accidents each year.
Is that true?
It's pretty high up there. I mean, I know
Somebody
heart disease is way high up there.
Tobacco.
I know we're way more than gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
Dog bites. I don't know. Grand Canyon might take that over, though.
I know, I heard about
Four people
that.
have died this
Yeah,
month.
what are we going
They're,
to do about
taking
this Grand
selfies,
Canyon?
right?
That's why I don't even mess around with
Somebody needs to
Arizona.
reel that
I think
thing
it's
in.
Darwin Awards in the making.
It's Jesus. He's coming back, man. It's his time.
So coming up on Monday, April 29th, we're doing a naloxone presentation training at Ferris State University at their library, and that's from 8 to 9 p.m. I don't know how far how far away people are that listen to this. Let's see, May 9th, we have the event here in Petoskey. And then we're going to do, on May 16th, we're doing the Charlevoix event at their library, the bases. I know that rehab is putting it on. I know we'll have a table there, but I guess you guys can all go online to find out what that event is.
Yeah.
And then the next day is UFAM down in Lansing.
Yes.
And we'll be presenting at that, and it sounds like you're going to be there too. So
Oh, yeah.
should be quite the hootenanny.
I'm going to have a blast.
I used to, I'm a NIMSAS trained recovery coach. It's for almost 5 years now. And I remember they always wanted us to put on the yellow sunflower T-shirts and go down and represent NIMSAS down there. And that's kind of where I drew the line. Like I love you guys, but I just can't be doing that. So I missed out on some of those bus rides that were organized where the whole NIMSAS crew would go down to UFAM. So I'm excited that I'm going to my first one this year.
Oh, nice.
So this is kind of interesting stats about overdose deaths. It's, bypassed the peak car crash deaths, which was in 1972. Bypassed the peak HIV tests, which was in 95. And the peak gun deaths, which was in 93. So it's surpassed all those. And it's rising.
Yeah. And it's the people sometimes too, just real quick, we can wrap it up here, but the people that are just like, oh, well, my kids don't ever do that. And then all of a sudden, their kids do that. And then it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't
or
have
it's
to.
too late because they're
too
dead.
late. And it doesn't have to be that way.
My cousin died when he was in a halfway house because naloxone wasn't around at that time, really. And fentanyl was in everything, and it sucks.
It does.
Yeah, I was just at a funeral down in Midland last week. It was somebody I used to party with in the early 90s. He was from Leland. But I went to my first rock concert clean in 2014. And I learned that I could go and do rock and roll shows again. The recovery movement in the jam band scene has really kind of started.
He loves fish.
But I know what the younger people are thinking, but if you've been seeing them for 28 years and you see the same people, after 28 years, you're glad that they're still alive. Yeah, and usually you're not getting loaded anymore if you're still around after that. So these are people that actually like the music. And so all of a sudden, these are my people. And even though I partied with this guy more than 20 years ago, like we re-met for the first time in 20 years, it's like, you're clean, I'm clean. Well, we got to go hit shows. And we've got like this whole network of people, which means that it's possible to be in recovery and go and enjoy rock and roll, but you really have to work at putting that network together. Mm-hmm. So we travel around and we'll stay at different people's houses no matter where, what town we're in. We've got somebody there. And sometimes I bring, we have tables. There's a yellow balloon movement that's going on. And it started with the Grateful Dead with their recovery group, the Wharf Rats. And they would put yellow balloons at the concerts, and anybody that needed some traction at the show could go there, mow on some sugar, and there would be a non-denominational recovery meeting at the set break. And I really learned that by grabbing onto those things, I was able to keep on going with some of the stuff that I thought it would change about me. And so it really hurt losing somebody that was right in that network of traveling fish heads. One of my inner circle recovery warriors. He said he had 4 years clean, and I don't know if he got high once and died or what.
And that's likely because, his tolerance is so low, and now with fentanyl being in there, all it takes is just a few grains more than you're used to, and you're gone. No.
Thanks, Mary. It's not funny.
Well,
we gotta laugh about it because it's so sad. You gotta find something that you can smile about.
I'd like to quote Jimmy Buffett now.
Go for
If
it.
we couldn't laugh, we'd all go insane.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we deal with some really heavy stuff. And, if you can't laugh at it, you're not going to last very long. Because it's just going to overwhelm you. You're not even going to see it coming. Next thing you know, you're not going to be fun to be around.
Right.
You're all ate up over it.
And you were talking about, the nighttime rehab conversations. I mean, those were some of the funniest conversations I've ever had. Just roaring and just clean and, just, with people you can relate and tell, the stupid stuff you did and look at it from a faraway point of view.
You knew that white van was going somewhere fun. But I remember getting, my latest time getting clean, I'd see the rehabs getting back into their vans to go back there. I knew they were going to be smoking cigarettes and
playing
laughing. And it's and they were going to be in a safe space. And my second time around, I didn't have the luxury of vans taking me to friendly places, and so I wanted to go beyond that van. After a meeting, I wanted to go beyond the van.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much anymore, but at the time.
At that point in your career,
anything was better than just going home and being alone.
Yeah. So you start getting alone, and that mind starts wandering, and you think, that's a good idea this time. This time I'll do it for real, how I'm planning it. I know the other times didn't develop that way, but this time's different because I learned from that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the planning that goes on through your brain. If we exerted that type of effort towards, anything else, it'd be amazing what we can accomplish.
And we can accomplish a lot, and it feels good to just even be doing this and sitting here with you guys today. It's all about, in the recovery community, like you said, finding those people, finding your people, and networking, because you're not going to find anybody just sitting at home alone. Mm-hmm. And that night that I met you at Recovery Notes, Derrick, I was like, well, I don't know, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go. And Ryan, one of the guys, was like, you better go. You better be here. If you don't be here, if you're not there, then I'm going to, So I told him, I was like, dude, make sure I go. I'm going to try to back out because I could just feel it. He's like, dude, you need to go. And then he calls me. He's like, I'm so disappointed in you. And so my ass showed up, and I met Derrick, got his card, through Tori, and now we're here. So, that's what it takes sometimes. You got to do that stuff that maybe you don't want to. But it wasn't like I was going to run through fire. It's like I just had to go and have a good time. Ooh, oh no.
Yeah, it was funny how I ended up there because I wasn't tasked to go there. It wasn't work related. I just... I heard something that it was a good event the first time, and we can bitch about what's going on with that building right now, but maybe I guess you could do another podcast about that.
Yeah.
But I just needed to get out of my skull, and I was, I just didn't need to see my regular people in Traverse City for one night. I needed to go somewhere else, and I'm so glad I did. It was an excellent experience. I really like those little lemon custard things that they were giving away. You should have gone.
Yeah.
Next time. If there is a next time. No, but just real quick, we got 5 minutes left, but yeah, who knows what that Christopher, whatever his name is, who knows, man, but all I can say is good luck to him in his future, but thank him for the opportunity, because we really needed a bigger place for that anyway. Everybody was saying that. Everybody knows that, and, thanks for Chris for giving us the opportunity to find a new place. And
what was there, about 170 people there? Maybe
something.
More? Yeah, I mean,
Which is
that's a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially for recovery.
But, you know...
I saw 2 people from Traverse City there. Like, that's you guys up here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, doing it, and that's very impressive.
Yeah.
I wish we had that event in TC. Maybe I'll have to move.
I'm saying, whatever's going to happen is going to be good, and it was supposed to happen like it did happen, so... It's all good. You know, like, some people I saw on Facebook just lashing out, oh, that so-and-so, and it's like, you know, that...
Wait, give like a bare minimum what you guys are talking about. The buildings dilapidated or something?
No, there were midget strippers everywhere. And,
Yeah, there's a donkey show.
yeah, and,
So
and I got a little excited and did some things that I probably shouldn't have done. Don't judge me, Mary.
Try not to.
Never been... Have you... Never
No,
mind.
I've never seen midget strippers. I'm very curious now, though.
They prefer little people, and
right.
I was
Yeah,
going to
how dare you
apologize
say
for
Well,
that.
if you come to Lansing for you, fam, we'll take care of that.
For real?
Okay.
Oh, you're talking to her. Okay. Hey, Mary, it looks like we have a date. We're going to be on Little People Patrol.
You know, the venue that they were using this event at decided to evict them with only a month's notice. And so we're all trying to figure out what exactly they're going to be running that to.
But we don't know.
Do you have any predictions of what new trendy business is
Well,
going to be in there?
I do, but I don't... You know, I'll say it. I don't know Christopher or whatever the guy's name is.
I don't
but-
drop names.
Well, I think, especially if you don't dare drop Michael Moore,
I would never do that.
never name drop on him. But
You guys could have only caught the pre-show.
yeah, it was a great show. But I'm thinking this is what they're going to do, and this is really going to help out the women around Petoskey, especially the ones that are going to college. A strip club,
It's about time.
you know, because those student loans are getting ridiculous, and it's about time women can have the chance to go work for a living, you know, and not...
Even more important is Harbor Hall including a place for women. That would be really great, too. And I
the
think
strip
that's
club?
coming up again to vote.
Wait, Harbor Hall's going to open a strip club?
No, they're going to
Yeah.
open a women's treatment center, hopefully, across the way. Sorry to
For strippers?
intercede your stripper dream. But
Midget strippers.
Midget strippers. But yeah, Harbor Hall, hopefully, cross your fingers, guys, that will go through.
And Bear River just split their stuff up.
Yeah.
Can't find a good old-fashioned co-ed rehab
Never caught
anymore?
me. I don't know. It wasn't me. Yeah. No, women prey on us men big time. They do in there. I swear to you. They're just like, look at this sucker. Oh, he looks vulnerable. I'll crush him.
He's good for at least 5 months.
Well, I don't know about that, but when you're
I don't know about a lot of what we're talking about
you
right
get
now,
off of
yeah.
using all these emotions come back to you. I mean, that's probably what a lot of it has to do with.
No,
All of a sudden you're feeling again
I've seen so many dudes with their hearts broken.
from rehab love.
Because women are just like... And they're like, what? I thought we were going to get married. I love you.
Our phlebotomist Pete, because all the phlebotomists have a phlebotomist in front of their name. So phlebotomist Pete mentioned the other day that we give away so many condoms at the area where the rehabs come in that he feels like that we're doing a duty to save those recovery babies. You know, we're stopping the spread of all that unprotected sex that's going on at the meetings.
You know, we need to go hit a Luke Bryan concert and just start passing out condoms.
I don't know what a Luke Bryan is.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
country music.
Oh.
We just need to hit every country music festival from here to Texas.
Or just any concert.
Yeah,
any
any.
kind.
Well, country is the worst because they're
Is
outbreeding
it?
us. The dumb people, and Joe Rogan said this, the dumb people are outbreeding the smart people.
Do you listen to his podcast?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's funny. I like Joe
He's
Rogan.
funny.
But have you ever done DMT?
I like Joe Rogan.
That's like the official Joe Rogan
Yeah,
quote.
he's all
How
up
many
in
times
that.
does he say that?
Ugh. I think they're paying him. Somebody's paying him. Ain't doing that for free. Hey, Joe Rogan, send me a new microphone. I like to upgrade every week. But no, thanks, Derek. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
harmproductionmi.org. Got a blood draw on the 9th. You can go to our website. There's going to be links, info on there as well. If not, it's probably there already.
Or 5 days a week in Traverse City. We'll pay you.
They'll pay you money. Go get your blood drawn. 217recovery.com. I'm Corey. Thanks for listening. And we'll be back Saturday. At least I will be.